Hey Magic fans, it's GTV Slayer with theclassicgamer.com reporting for South Florida Magic. Today we are going over the top uncommon of each color from Fate Reforged. With white, we're going to go with Valorous Stance. The options that you have to make a creature indestructible or to destroy a creature with toughness 4 or greater. It's pretty self-explanatory. It gives you some options, it gives you combat tricks. It gives you the ability to play around with prowess a bit as well. The light form and the cloud form in general, they don't require a target, and as soon as they come into play, they make the creature. So even though it's an aura per se, the fact that it gives you a creature immediately kind of makes it like a better than normal aura. For green, we're picking Temur Sabertooth. The interactions that you have are awesome. You can do a Frontier Mastodon the turn before, get the Sabertooth the turn after. The turn after that, you're attacking with both. Put the Mastodon back in your hand, return it to play, get that Ferocious counter that you missed before. The ability to return cards to your hand. Let's say you use Formless Nurturing or Ethereal Ambush and you put a card into play that you really want to cast, and it gives it to you at instant speed, and it gives you an invincible creature. Top blue uncommon, Misfire Adept. Easily one of the best uncommons in the set. For 4 mana, you get a 3/3 that can turn into a flyer. It gets pumps every time you play a non-creature spell, whether you're playing an enchantment or you're playing a kill spell, a pump, manifest spell. So this guy, very often in blue, is going to be a flyer attacking over the top for 4 or 5 damage. The runner-up for blue is Cloud Form. As we discussed with white, you don't really need a target, so it's going to make a 2/2 flyer hexproof without a target. The top black uncommon, Merciless Executioner. Yeah, this card looks familiar. It's a 3/1 for 3, and when you play it, each player has to sacrifice a creature. So if you have like a 1/1 that you started with, and yeah, you strictly want to upgrade, that's good. If you want to just pitch this guy because you already have something better in play, just to kill their creature, whether it be a hexproof or just a really big creature that you can't kill with damage alone, it's a really helpful removal spell. Orc Sure Shot. Whenever you play another additional creature, or it comes under your control, you can give any of your creature's opponents a -1/-1. So this works with Manifest, and it works with just playing of creatures. So a 4/2 for 4 is pretty good, and then the ability to play 1 or 2 creatures to make your opponent really suffer in the blocking area, that makes black very aggressive. Also, Battle Brawler, a 2/2 for 2, not bad. The chance for it to be a 3/2 first strike for 2, that makes it definitely worth dabbling into white or red. Alright, the top uncommons for red. We didn't have a really good selection to go with, so Vault Breakers are number 1. A 4/2 for 4. When it attacks, before damage is dealt, you get to discard a card, and if you do, you draw a card. So it allows you to weed through your deck pretty quickly. Dash ability allows you to attack a turn sooner. If your opponent is vulnerable, red seems to be able to get in there a turn earlier this set at the price of having to recast your creature. Shockmaw Dragon. The other Shockmaw from like a year or 2 ago is like 30 times better than this one. The other one, when it attacked, it dealt 1 damage to each of your opponent's creatures. This one, it has to deal combat damage to a player. So, obviously, and also that was a 5/5 flying haste for 5. So, this is nowhere in that category. But it's good for red in this set. And then lastly, we have Humble Defector, which isn't great by any means. It's a 2/1 for 2, which is pretty okay. And the ability to get rid of it to draw 2 cards. I mean, if your opponent is ahead of you on creatures, then you might need to do this. If you have like a way to kill it right after you hand it off, that's good too. Those are my top uncommons from each color in Fate Reforged Limited. I hope you enjoy this set. Thanks for watching.